Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Varam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevanam Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, today we are starting new chapter, chapter 5, the glories of Lord Nityanand Balram. Text 1 onwards. Vande Anantad Bhuteshwaryam Shri Nityanandam Ishwaram Yasyechaya Tatswarupam Agye Napi Nirupyate. Let me offer my obeisances to Lord Shri Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose opulence is wonderful and unlimited. By his will, even a fool can understand his identity. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ei Shakti Shloke Kahila Krishna Chaitanya Mahima Pancha Shloke Kahi Nityananda Tattvasi. I have described the glory of Shri Krishna Chaitanya in 6 verses. Now in 5 verses I shall describe the glory of Lord Nityananda. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balram is his second body. Lord Shri Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is a primeval Lord, the original form of Godhead, and his first expansion is Shri Balram. The personality of Godhead can expand himself in innumerable forms. The forms that have unlimited potency are called Swa-Ansha, and the forms that have limited potency, the living entities, are called Vibhin-Ansha. So unlimited potency are called Swa-Ansha, just like all the Vishnu Tattvas. So they are Swa-Ansha. And Vibhin-Ansha are like we, the living entities. Ekai Swarupa Dahe Bhinu Bhina Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Vyuha Krishna Lila Rasaha. These two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. So they are one and the same. They differ only in the form or only in the color of their form. Balram is a Swa-Ansha expansion of the Lord, and therefore there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balram. The only difference is in their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balram is the chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Shri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Foremost assistant. Balramji, he takes a position of a servant of Krishna in his pastimes. So much so, love is there for Balramji, for Krishna in Balramji's heart, that he serves him in all the 5 rasas. Shant, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. He serves in all 5. That's how, that's the mood of Balramji. Sai Krishna Navadvipe, Shri Chaitanya Chandra, Sai Balram Sange Shri Nityananda. That original Lord Krishna appeared in Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya, and Balram appeared with him as Lord Nityananda. Sankarshana Karana Toeshai, Garbhodashai Chapayodhashai, Shesha Cha Yashyam Sakalaha Sanitya, Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu. May Shri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Sheshnag, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karan ocean, Garbha ocean, and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions. So they all expand further from Balramji. And Nityananda Ram is same as Balramji came down as Nityananda. Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami has recorded this verse in his diary to offer his respectful obeisances to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. This verse also appears as the seventh of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Balaram Gosai Mula Sankarshan Pancha Rupa Dhari Karen Krishnera Sevan. Lord Balram is the original Sankarshan. He assumes 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. आपने करेन कृष्ण लीला रसहाय सृष्टि लीला कार्य करे धारी चारिकाय. He himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. सृष्टि आधिक सेवतार अज्ञात पालन शेष रूपे करे कृष्णेर विविध सेवन. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation, and in the form of Lord Shesha, he serves Krishna in various ways. According to expert opinion, Balram, as a chief of the original quadruple forms, is also the original Sankarshan. Balram, the first expansion of Krishna, expands himself in 5 forms: Mahasankarshan, Karanadaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and Shesh, Ananta Shesh. These 5 plenary portions are responsible for both the spiritual and material cosmic manifestations. In these 5 forms, Lord Balram assists Lord Krishna in his activities. The first 4 of these forms are responsible for the cosmic manifestation, whereas Shesha is responsible for personal service to the Lord. Shesha is called Ananta, or unlimited, because he assists the personality of Godhead in his unlimited expansions by performing an unlimited variety of services. Shri Balram is a servitor Godhead who serves Lord Krishna in all affairs of existence and knowledge. Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the same servitor Godhead, Balram, performs the same service to Lord Gaurang by constant association. So this is how they are related with love, that Balramji wants to serve him in every way possible. And as Anantashesha, he is Ananta limited, but he serves also unlimitedly. Sarva Rupe Aswade Krishna Sevananda Sei Balaram Gaura Sange Nityananda. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaurchandra. Saptam Shlokera Arthakari Chari Shloke Yate Nityananda Tattva Jani Sarva Loke. I have explained the 7th verse in 4 subsequent verses. By these verses, all the world can know the truth about Lord Nityananda. Mayatite Vyapi Vaikuntha Loke Purnashwarya Shri Chatur Yuga Madhye Rupam Yasyobdhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadde. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Shri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Sankarshan in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha, consisting of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond material creation. So this is a verse from Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami's diary. It appears as the 8th of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So all these verses were written in the first chapter, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is just elaborating on these verses. Prakritira para paravyoma name dham Krishna vigra yaiche vibhuti adi gunman. Beyond the material nature lies a realm known as paravyom, the spiritual sky. Lord Krishna himself, it possesses all transcendental attributes, such as the six opulences. According to Sankhya philosophy, the material cosmos is composed of 24 elements. The 5 gross material elements, the 3 subtle material elements, the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, the 5 active senses, the 5 objects of sense pleasure, and the Mahatattva, the total material energy. Empiric philosophers, unable to go beyond these elements, speculate that anything beyond them must be avyakta or inexplicable. But the world beyond the 24 elements is not inexplicable, for it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita as a eternal or Sanatan nature. So what we see, or even beyond what we see in the material world, there is plenty, huge manifestation beyond this, and that is Sanatan, eternal. It's avyakta for us because we cannot see it, but it's not unmanifest or inexplicable. Beyond the manifested and unmanifested existence of material nature, Vyakta Vyakta is the Sanatan nature, which is called the Paravyam or the spiritual sky. Since that nature is spiritual in quality, there are no qualitative differences there. Everything there is spiritual, everything is good, and everything possesses the spiritual form of Sri Krishna himself. That spiritual sky is a manifested internal potency of Sri Krishna. It is distinct from the material sky, manifested by his external potency. So that spiritual sky is all good, completely spiritual. Everything possesses the spiritual form of Sri Krishna himself. Means everything is spiritual. The all-pervading Brahman, Brahmjyoti, composed of the impersonal glowing rays of Sri Krishna, exists in the spiritual world with the Vaikuntha planets. We can get some idea of that spiritual sky by a comparison to the material sky, for the rays of sun in the material sky can be compared to Brahmjyoti, the glowing rays of the personality of God. This just to understand how Brahmjyoti is, but sun rays and Brahmjyoti are completely two different. Brahmjyoti is spiritual, sun rays are not. In Brahmjyoti, there are unlimited Vaikuntha planets, which are spiritual and therefore self-luminous, with a glow many times greater than that of the sun. The personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, his innumerable plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions dominate each Vaikuntha planet. In the highest region of the spiritual sky is a planet called Krishna Loka, which has 3 divisions, namely Dwarka, Mathura, and Goloka, or Gokul. So this is how the spiritual world is. The highest region of the spiritual sky. Highest region, now it doesn't mean physically the highest. It's the highest mode of worship or the relationship between the Lord and his devotees. To a gross materialist, this kingdom of God, Vaikuntha, is certainly a mystery. But to an ignorant man, everything is a mystery for want of sufficient knowledge. The kingdom of God is not a myth. Even the material planets which float over our heads in the millions and billions are still a mystery to the ignorant. Material scientists are now attempting to penetrate this mystery, and a day may come when the people of this earth will be able to travel in outer space and see the variegatedness of these millions of planets with their own eyes. In every planet, there is as much material variegatedness as we find in our own planet. And this is just one insignificant material universe in which there are millions and billions of planets. And scientists think we know everything. They don't. We don't. Everything is mentioned in the scriptures, but they all say, oh, it's all myth, because we haven't seen it. And Prabhupada said, maybe a day will come. when we would be able to travel in outer space and see the variegatedness of these millions of planets with our own eyes. But the question is, even if we are able to go to all these different planets all over the universe, then what? We are still in the material universe. We are not out of it. This planet Earth is but an insignificant part in the cosmic structure. Yet foolish men, puffed up by a false sense of scientific advancement, have concentrated their energy in the pursuit of so-called economic development on this planet, not knowing of the variegated economic facilities available on other planets. According to modern astronomy, the gravity of the moon is different from that of Earth. Therefore, one who goes to moon will be able to pick up large weights and jump vast distances. In the Ramayana, Hanuman is described as being able to lift huge weights as heavy as hills and jump over the ocean. Modern astronomy has confirmed that this is indeed possible. So possible maybe on moon, but not on Earth. Hanumanji, he could do anything. The disease of the modern civilized man is his disbelief of everything in the revealed scriptures. Faithless non-believers cannot make progress in spiritual realization, for they cannot understand the spiritual potency. Prabhupada now gives an example. The small fruit of a banyan contains hundreds of seeds, and in each seed is a potency to produce another banyan tree with the potency to produce millions more of such fruits. This law of nature is visible before us, although how it works is beyond our understanding. This is but an insignificant example of the potency of Godhead. There are many similar phenomena that no scientist can explain. And they still think that we know everything. They say, oh, Big Bang theory or the theory, evolution, and this and that, but that's all false. Everything, in fact, is inconceivable, for the truth is revealed only to proper persons. Although there are varieties of personalities, from Brahma down to the insignificant ant, all of whom are living beings, their development of knowledge is different. Therefore, we have to gather knowledge from the right source. Indeed, in reality, we can get knowledge only from the Vedic sources. The four Vedas with the supplementary Puranas, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and the corollaries, which are known as Smritis, are all authorized sources of knowledge. If we are at all to gather knowledge, we must gather it from these sources without hesitation, because these sources, as Prabhupada has mentioned in Bhagavatam, that these are aporashaya, means they're not, these sources are not given by conditioned souls. Conditioned souls have four defects, but these are all coming from the Supreme Lord. They have no fault at all. Fault could be in our understanding, our interpretation of it, but not in the scriptures themselves. Revealed knowledge may in the beginning be unbelievable because of our paradoxical desire to verify everything with our tiny brains. But the speculative means of attaining knowledge is always imperfect. The perfect knowledge propounded in the revealed scriptures is confirmed by the acharyas, who have left ample commentaries upon them. None of these acharyas have disbelieved in the Shastras. One who disbelieves in the Shastra is an atheist, and we should not consult an atheist, however great he may be. A staunch believer in the Shastras, with all their diversities, is a right person from whom to gather real knowledge. A staunch believer in the Shastras, with all diversities, is a right person from whom we should to gather real knowledge. Such knowledge may seem inconceivable in the beginning, but when put forward by the proper authority, its meaning is revealed, and then one no longer has any doubts about it. So proper authority is the person, guru, who comes in the disciplic succession, who has learned from his guru. So that is the right way of approaching knowledge, approaching scriptures and learning from it. Otherwise, speculations and or thinking that everything should be confirmed by my brain or by my senses, not possible. Cannot do that. Can't get the real knowledge this way. I'm a little tired today. I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare